I'm gonna take it off the pillow here in just a moment, but I would love for you to see this color. This is brand new today. I'm gonna talk about the size of the stones as we give you a full tour. In the center, you have a 15 by 24 millimeter. On the sides, you have an 8 by 18 millimeter. This is genuine Campitos turquoise in the most beautiful, refined, elegant look. I love the way that it hinges. Thank you, darling. I love the way that it has an adjustable toggle closure on the back. You can get just the perfect fit. It wraps around your wrist. It fits like a glove. But can we talk about that turquoise?
Okay, and this is from the same batch. This is Campitos Turquoise. It's not the blue ice.
Yeah.
This was something that I kind of like set back and stashed back. That in this deposit, like I said, there was over, I don't know how many mines there were in the actual Campitos mining operation. Well over a dozen, maybe as many as 20 different miners on the same hill. They all had their own individual private claims. And actually, ironically, that's what the downfall was. This comes from a very arid region of Mexico. I mean, like most turquoise mines, they're in arid regions. Wow. And this is extremely, extremely arid where this turquoise was mined. And they had, for a month, they had torrential rains. And so everybody had dug their tunnels, and they filled up with water. And because they weren't used to the water, they really hadn't, it wasn't something that they ever had to deal with, right? So they had literally a torrential downpour for about a month. And what it did is it flooded out the mines. The walls and everything, this was just all hard rock mining. So none of it was braced up or anything. And it ruined the structural integrity of most of the tunnels in the mines. They started having cave-ins. And so the government shut it all down. That's why, there's still probably lots of turquoise in that mountain, but they don't allow, the only way that you could actually go in and mine this ever again would be to go in and make it an open pit mine, which would cost millions, and there's nobody would, can really do that. So this, in my own humble way, I guess what I'm trying to tell you is this is very, very rare. I'm not aware of anybody that actually has the rough material. As far as I know, we have some of the very, very last rough material. And of this particular rough, I don't know anybody that has it whatsoever.
I don't think I've ever seen you bring this in this size.
This is the very first time that I've actually brought this particular turquoise, the Campitos turquoise. Normally, the Campitos turquoise that we've always shown you in the past is the robin's egg blue, clear, it looks like Sleeping Beauty turquoise, and it's the Campitos blue ice. This is Campitos turquoise, but it's from another miner, another section. It was actually gathered previous to the blue ice. So this material actually, this was some of the very first material that we got out of the Campitos deposit in the Campitos mine. But it was a totally separate mining operation, even though it was on the same mountain or the same hill.
It's so outstanding. It's so beautiful. If you haven't already discovered mine finds, this is what Jay and his team do so beautifully. They are the miners. They are the manufacturers. They are the designers. They are the silversmiths. They are the lapidary artists. They do everything from beginning to end. They do everything by hand. There isn't big machines. There's not computer models. There's no mass productions. And that's why every single piece we show you over the next 2 hours or so, and everything we showed you last hour, once they're sold out, they will probably never be seen again. Each one of these is so very limited. If you're still shopping that first collection, there's only a couple dozen left in each and every piece, whether it's the ring, whether it's the pendant, whether the earrings are calling you. You cannot wait. In the bracelet, we were able to do a few more to go around in the bracelet. But again, you don't bring these in by the thousands. If this was in a gallery, if this was in a catalog, right now, if this was in one of those very fine museum shops in Aspen or Vail or Taos or Durango, what would this What would this go for?
Okay, like you could probably add a different number. This would probably be closer to $1,000, right, is something like this would sell for, just off what I know and what I see. But the thing is you wouldn't see it because nobody really
no one has the material
to work from.
That's what makes this so special.
Okay, well, and I don't want to, I just want everybody to let it know, I don't have, it's not like I've got a truckload of this sitting around, right? This is very, very limited. I probably had less than 100 kilos of this material. So I really don't have a lot of it. I'd kind of like set it aside and kept it back because it was so unique and so different. Again, it's still a very nice material. In the inlay pieces, that was the real clear material. For the bracelet and the cabochons, I used the material that has a little bit more of the matrix, just because you have a little bit different characteristics to it.
Yeah, and you'll see that no two are exactly alike.
No, and there are no two, and I tried to do where it's kind of like a multicolor effect. You can see now that. In every one, it might be that there'll be like more of a like a greener stone in the middle, and you'll have more blues on the end. They're all this. It's all the same design, but they're all going to be uniquely different in their own right, depending on what we had when we cut the cabochons, right? So these were cut. All the cabochons that you're seeing here were all cut by us directly right from the natural rough material.
So that means you have to have a really big stone to pull off that size cabochon. This is by far some of the largest turquoise we've even seen you do, and to have it in the Campitos, 15 by 24 is that center stone. So what size does the rough have to be to create and find
you
that
have to have
beautiful oval?
That is at least, here's the thing with turquoise, okay, and you go, oh yeah, well you just cut that oval. Well, okay, no, you have to be able to have a piece big enough. And these are all cut from large pieces of turquoise. So you saw that up. If you can kind of envision this in your head, it would be like slicing bread, right? You would take the natural rough, you would cut that up in slices, and then you have to take a template and see where you can cut that cab from. So these are fairly large cabs. We've done larger, but these are cut from just solid pieces of raw material. So at least 30 to 40% larger is what the piece has to be to cut that size.
Okay, that's a lot.
Then all that material that you cut from around that, very little of it can ever be used. I know you think, okay, well that's scrap. But to tell you the truth, usually the pieces are so small that there's really nothing you can do with it, and you just more or less have to. It goes to the rock garden. There's really nothing you can do with it. You could maybe like cut.
That's why they're so prized.
Right. You could cut like little 5mm beads or 4mm beads, but you couldn't cut anything big with it.
I do want you to know that that's completely adjustable in the back. You can wear it like a 6.5-inch wrist, a 7-inch, a 7.5-inch. You have 3 different little toggles to choose from. So that's also what is really special about this piece. If you are a true turquoise collector, if you're a rock hound, if you've been watching Jay for his nearly 3 decades here at HSN, you know something like this does not come around every day. It is almost like a one of a kind because no two will be exactly alike. So jump on in, add that to your order. It is our last show of the visit. We have more Campitos coming up. There's a lot on our website, hsn.com. Also what's coming up, Sonoran Blue. Also what's coming up, Sleeping Beauty. Also what's coming up is that fabulous Redskin turquoise. So we have a lot of turquoise talking to do, but I know this is always one of your all-time favorite stones, turquoise. It's kind of
turquoise, and okay, we're known for turquoise and turquoise around